I'll listen to like a song that I did last year, and I'll be like, I'm in New York in a Rolls Royce, and then it'll be like 2 years later, I still haven't put the song out, but I'm really in a Rolls Royce in New York.
Hold on. Listen to what Young Thug just said. He's talking about how he looks back at his old music and he's blown away at how many of the elements he rapped about as a precursor to them actually happening in reality have come to pass by the time he go back and revisit the music.
Sometimes it be in my old music, I'd be like, what the fuck? I really would like, next year I'm gonna have rings on every finger, and next year I really got rings on every finger, but I done forgot. But yeah, I'm big on that. It affects my life so much.
Next year I'm gonna have rings on every finger. And the next year he really have rings on every finger. He seems to have recognized his own power. But then Pete, what he say right after that?
So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so I'm big on like speaking shit to existence. So I had to learn like not to say stuff like, if I go to prison, I'ma still be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn how to back away from that type of stuff and gang banging.
He actually said he had to learn how to not say stuff like, if I go to prison, I'm gonna do such and such. Because he realized that he was speaking things into existence. Now, most people watch this and they fall right into the trap. They think that the words themselves have some type of magical, mystical, spooky power. They walk around in fear, feeling that if they say something negative, then it's very likely to manifest, if not eventually, instantly. Let's clear the confusion right now. Words are just organized noises that are produced through your throat. They do not create reality on their own. The lower vibration of the matrix loves to keep you superstitious because superstitions drive fear. What that means, so? The things that you believe keep you scared and keep you paralyzed, keep you from acting, keep you from moving forward, keep you from pursuing. The actual law that's in operation that Young Thug is referring to has absolutely nothing to do with what you say, absolutely nothing to do with what you utter, absolutely nothing to do with the words that are coming out of your mouth. The universe does not speak English. The universe speaks the language of frequency, and that's what drives reality. Frequency. What is the frequency of your thoughts and your feelings? Superstition says, if I accidentally speak a negative word over my life, I'm cursed. The universal law says, whatever you give your absolute attention, belief, and emotion to is what you create. When Young Thug was in the studio rapping about having a ring on every finger, he wasn't reciting text. He carried an inner vision, and he had no barrier in between bringing it into reality. He felt the reality so intensely that his mind didn't know the difference between the dream and the present moment. He captured the raw emotion of actually having such a wealth that would produce a ring on every finger. But when he rapped about prison, he was tapping into that same exact power source. He was taking his intense, authentic street environment, focusing his creative energy on it, and channeling that heavy emotion into his music. He wasn't just using bad words. He wasn't just being negative. He was pouring his genuine being and his essence into a negative box. What that means, so? There's a big difference between you speaking some shit and you partnering your existence to it. Your feelings are the magnetic field that pulls reality towards you. Your thoughts are the blueprint, but your emotions are the electricity that power the machine. If you speak in words of success, but in your heart, you feel broke, anxious, and trapped, the universe don't listen to your mouth. It listens to your frequency. So stop being scared of your words and master your internal house. What does the furniture look like in your house? All of us are interior decorators. And we were taught in this society that you are inwardly the way you are because of the external environment that you grew up in. Your environment externally is dependent on your internal home. What the hell that mean? So that means you are not a product of your environment. Your environment is a product of you. See, and we say speak it into existence when it really should be frequency it into existence. Hold the image inside of you with no obstacle or no barrier, no doubt, no defiance, not trying to intellectually figure out how to make it happen, not trying to formulate a plan and carry it out. You have to speak it as though it is true, see it as if it already exists, feel it as if you're already experiencing it, and operate as though you already have it. Why would you sit around and formulate plans to obtain what you already have? See, when you already have something, you don't spend time in your head worrying about how you're going to get it. Create a mental space where the vision of your success is more real to you than the room that you are sitting in right now. Let the universe match your energy. See, you be so busy trying to match their energy, and you trying to match their energy is throwing off your frequency, and the universe is matching your frequency and giving you back what you're putting out. That's why forgiveness, like I say, forgiveness is not about the people that hurt you. Forgiveness is you letting go of the frequency that's keeping you in bondage and keeping you down, so that the universe can latch on to the frequency that you're carrying. You got to understand at some point, you're the coach of your own reality. You calling the plays, you calling the shots. And it's not based off of the words that are coming out of your mouth. Again, religion has made us so superstitious. Hollywood movies have made us so superstitious. We really think that it's about what we say. What you say is a reflection of what your attention is on. What you say is a reflection of how you feel. What you say is a reflection of where your energy is being directed. What you say is the clue that lets you know what your frequency is. A lot of times what you say is the furthest thing away from what you're feeling and what your attention is on, because you're trying to conceal to the people that you are talking to what you actually are concerned with, how you actually think.
I really speak a lot of stuff to exist. I speak so much stuff to exist, and sometimes I forget.